2 years ago, we dropped a bunch of wood chips on our property, and the goal was to finally have the Back to Eden garden that we are still working on. But this soil has become so fluffy, it's actually turning into compost. We have been watching videos of Back to Eden gardening, and look at that. We finally get to see what Back to Eden garden means, how the forest takes care of itself, and we're trying to make sure that we follow the same example, to not work hard but to work smart. And today was one of those days that just you put in the work and later on you're gonna see the results. And I am so happy. I was so happy to find these wood chips. God reminded me that, you know what, go check on the wood chips that you dropped in that area. And that I went and I checked on it, and look at that. It's compost right out of wood chips. This is how the forest takes care of itself, and I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen with the vegetables that I'm gonna grow in these raised beds. Obviously, I'm using the whole method of Back to Eden gardening, and I'm gonna use it. I've already been using it in the orchard, and I noticed that last year I was able to use less water in my orchard. I actually did not use water at all, and I've seen those trees nice and flush and green. They didn't look like they needed water at all. So I'm bringing the same method into my raised beds, and I want to see what happens. Underneath these raised beds, we use the hugelkultur, which is you put a bunch of logs underneath the raised beds, and by time those logs of wood, they decompose and they get to be this beautiful soil that just turns into beautiful goodness, fertilizer for your plants. And I actually have the red wiggler worms in my bed, so I've noticed over the last 3 years that they love wood chips. Oftentimes we go to the stores and buy worm food, and we buy fertilizers and all this stuff, but you really don't need any of that stuff. God has already provided for us. If we can only sit back and ask him what we should do, he will direct us. So I've been working hard, and I'm so done with working hard. I'm ready to implement what God has already given us. Enjoy gardening, my friends, all over the globe.